All right.
Welcome.
So, Jeffrey Alai, a.k.a. Sheik.
Guest number 2. Welcome.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm good. Yeah, I'm great. I've been in Orange County for like going on almost a year. It's gonna be a year in August. So from Santa Barbara.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Santa Barbara.
Did you guys go to school together?
We did.
Like classes?
No,
Oh, okay.
Us together. But we were on the same football team in Pop Warner.
Really?
yeah, that's how I first met him.
How old are you?
We might have seen each other then.
He was like a year older than me. Or you're still a year older than me. That didn't change.
With Helper?
Yeah, Helper was on our team.
Nice.
Help.
That's cool.
And yeah, then you were in 8th grade, huh?
I think so.
And I was in 7th grade.
So what did that make us? Like
Oh, you were class
15 or 15? Sometime.
13, 12.
13,
right.
12, yeah.
You were the class of 16 for high school, right?
Yeah.
And I was 17.
Nice.
And then we feel always big for you. And we face each other. I'm still big for mine. And still big.
Yeah.
Now I was like 198 this morning. Like I feel
Oh, nice.
but really I'm like 17% body fat, so it's not too bad. Solid. Trying to cut down a little bit for the summer.
Yeah. So you're pretty like on it about your physical health, and monitoring stuff like that.
Well, I like to keep track of my weight every morning.
Okay.
That's a good habit.
And then like if I go out, if I know I'm gonna be drinking, another thing I do is the matcha tea, like before and after drinking. It's a good little health hack. It's good for the digestive system.
Matcha tea.
Yeah, before and after just helps with like, because drinking is just gonna take a toll on your body. I mean, you guys all know this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. Well, I guess some people think it's not that bad. Like in America,
Well, they probably aren't drinking enough.
to see the real negative effects.
Yeah.
That's funny. I just saw a YouTube short. Someone's like 8% of the population get a heavy dopamine hit from drinking. And 8% of the population. And when other people are like starting to lose motor skills and shit, they're just like getting better. Like they feel better.
The
And
first
look
like
better.
first hit.
Just continuously drinking. The more they drink, the more like better they feel,
Okay.
which can lead to a
It's just like the liquid confidence.
bad road. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a what's it called? A feedback loop.
Yeah.
You know, you drink, you feel good, feel bad, so you drink some more, so you can feel
Yeah.
good again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough being at this age, dude, and being around here. Like, even in Santa Barbara, I didn't feel like the drinking, like, I was around it as much as
Really?
being here. I guess just like the people who I see here, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you're right. You know, Santa Barbara was worse.
Santa
Yeah.
Barbara.
At least I love this shit.
Yeah, that was definitely a big drinking scene.
It was heinous.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the world I go, I tell people like, oh, I went to Santa Barbara, UCSB. Someone in there is like, oh, I went to UCSB too, or my sister went there, or I used to go there for Halloween.
Right.
They're like, Deltopia? And they just give me this look like,
Oh,
Deltopia?
Yeah.
You know.
There's like that like unspoken like, what do you know about Isla Vista? Like they know.
like you've done some shit.
Like, oh, you've been to Isla Vista? Like, oh, okay. Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Like you've been through
the ringer.
you've been through the spin cycle of like drinking in like a grimy city.
It's definitely a vibe.
It's a certain vibe. It's good. I mean, at that age, it's good.
Yeah.
Now it's like you don't want to be 25 and out.
I remember you were in those hotel-looking dorms.
Yeah.
Remember that?
San Miguel.
Yep. My first time visiting him, we get in the fucking elevator. Like Jesus, fucking first the elevator. And I hit my weed vape in there, and the fucking whole building fire alarm has to evacuate.
Really?
Remember that?
No way.
That dude, you remember?
Now-
Yeah, dude. Everyone's in the stairs walking down, like fucking again. Like who the fuck was it? Well, that's for sure me. I'm just gonna walk out with everyone.
Oh yeah.
It was so funny.
Then they called it San Mig and San Nick, and they were like notorious for getting their fire. Everyone evacuated, and it's like 14 stories, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Huge.
14 stories of kids just they put you on the street.
So
Just out there.
Everyone just comes down and
Man.
you're on the street. I used to get haircuts out of a bathroom in one of those really freaking places.
nice.
This guy Eddie Blends. I don't know what
Eddie Blend.
Shout out Eddie Blends if you're out there still, bro.
I know who that is.
You do?
Big.
Or like Eddie Fades or I don't know.
Well, yeah, I follow us on Instagram somehow.
Are you still following? I don't know. I never like followed him,
Yeah.
but he was just like the P of giving you like a $12 cut in like the dorm.
That's pretty good.
Bro, that's where hustlers are made, you know?
He was awesome, dude. College, you got to get that extra little side hustle.
Get that grind.
Yeah. I wonder if he finished. He was doing like engineering, like he was serious.
Nice.
So that's a tough one to get through.
Oh, man.
Did you end up getting through? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I finished with film and media. Good. Film and media studies. So it kind of makes sense that we're still doing media and stuff.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Media's fun.
And then sometimes I forget because I'm just like, I still feel brand new in the media space. But then I remember like, oh, I went to college for this. Like I've been thinking about message transmission and different mediums of, you know, conversation, advertising, just like basically transmitting a message from point A to point B or point A to point infinity.
Right.
So like, first it was the telegraph, it was the TV and radio, TV,
Right.
internet. Now you got mobile devices, social media.
Yeah.
It's just evolving. You got virtual reality.
Yeah, it's getting
Faster and faster.
Yeah, it's coming on strong.
Yeah.
There's all that stuff.
Can I bring up, what do you think about this? I'll go deep on my theory, but this TikTok China propaganda.
TikTok China propaganda. So all I know personally is that they get access to your data, right?
Yeah.
They have a really gnarly like data agreement. So if you have TikTok on your phone, they get all your data.
Yeah.
So be it. But on top of that, what else I do know for certain is they have like a disillusion program for like countries they don't like America.
Mm-hmm.
Like we get like
What they focus on.
titties and twerking and pranks and dancing, right?
Yeah.
But what do they get for their kids? Is they get like engineering, like technological progress,
Yeah.
robots, mathematic competitions, like competitions of sports, like ping pong. Yeah. So they're super like, they use it in a positive way, right? But the way they reinforce it for us is like, how do we make these next generation value like stupid things, or make them like, it just seems like a dumb them down technique, you know, like weaken the enemy.
Yeah.
Type of,
No, that's the shit. Yeah. I don't know if it was this current China dictator, whatever it's called, or the previous one.
Jinping.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes.
But there's this creepy video. He goes off 3 things. I only remember the first one because I was just shook. But he's like, we will take over a country without shooting a single bullet. And then thinking about just when there's like a coup, overthrowment of government, first thing they go for is media because they control what everyone sees and understands. Right. And I just put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, China is showing that their streets have cameras and people are getting profiled and rated. Yeah. Like, red light, cop comes and fucking whacks them. Like, where's your money at, you know? Yeah. And being that they own TikTok, everyone's face is on that shit. And like you said, what they control, what everyone's seeing, I just think, like, dude, it's already over. It's like, for them, their goal was probably to be the #1 social app. It's already done. And it's crazy how Americans are incentivized to succeed on it. Like, like us.
Yeah.
It's just our game.
Your video to go viral, you gotta be on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like that's where everyone's attention is. You just follow the attention.
Yeah. So all the attention's there. They're just harvesting.
And that's another thing about the way that algorithm's written. And this is similar to LinkedIn, but you don't have to have a huge follower count in order to get a trending video.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can have that multi-million view video without 100,000 followers.
Yeah.
You definitely.
Instagram, it's not really the same.
No.
Instagram, you
Now, especially.
tons of followers if you want your content to be seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone's followed TikTok, like Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, Shorts.
YouTube Shorts.
Everyone just followed the TikTok's format.
Yeah. No,
I like that. I like that way that videos.
They're not bad.
Yeah. You definitely get caught up in there, though.
Yeah, it's just kind of scary, you know, what they say about, like, China and, like, the West is, like, China is just 20 years ahead of us. Like, if you want to look at us in 20 years, just look at China now.
Yeah.
And it's like, you see videos of these guys, like, they go up to these little boxes, and it's like, oh, you want to get through this? You gotta smile. Whereas like, they're setting up, and they're doing it now with, like, the financial system, too, the overhaul. They're setting up, like, the social credit system, and it's kind of scarier. I don't know. I think it is.
Yeah, I think it is.
I don't personally want to even think about it too much.
Really?
But like, I don't want to think about it at all.
It's over.
I just am pretty for that reason, you know, like, because the social credit system, the fintech, like, it all goes together.
Yeah. What do you think about them developing in Africa? Have you heard anything on that?
Develop,
Up? China developing in Africa?
like developing land
Yeah, just
Infrastructure.
like they're building highways, schools
for Africa.
for Africa. And it's just a whole like, we're gonna help you now, but like you're in our back pocket down the road. You're in debt.
Right.
But Africa is just, they're really flourishing now because of all the infrastructure. But at the end of the day, it's who controls the energy flow. Who's like,
Yeah.
it's just big debt.
There's a lot of really bad things going on in Africa. Like but that too, like
It's gnarly.
it's
Check that out.
I didn't even know about this, but it doesn't surprise me. You know, we're China's biggest debtor. However that works. China has all of our money. Or we owe China like millions and trillions of dollars, right?
It's crazy. I can't wrap my head around it.
And like that's the balance sheet that they show us, right? The 33 trillion or whatever it is. That's what they show us. But like the balance sheet they don't show us.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
I'm over here like, shit, man, I got to pay off my credit card bills. I got to pay my rent. I don't want to be as glad.
America's like, rent.
This shit's crazy.
That's what they do. It really is true.
I can comprehend that.
Debt is a funny concept, though. I mean, you can't take it when you die. You can't take your money. You can't take your possessions.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. But like a lot of these big business guys, like they operate off of debt.
Exactly.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's leverage.
No one uses their own money to start a business. Or
Yeah.
to start.
Talking about other people's money.
Yeah.
That's
Can't be taxed.
The credit game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the credit game. What do you guys know about that? You guys in the credit game?
I mean,
Started to learn a lot more. You've been in it lately.
a little bit.
My buddy John, he really changed my perspective because he's super in the credit. His mom was an accountant for some company, I forget, but he just grew up understanding finances. And one thing he said changed my whole perspective. He's like, you want to die with as much debt as possible. Because, like, what are they going to do again? They're not going to, they can't go after you. The only real debt is like the college debt where they can pass that shit to your kids. But essentially, you know, why pay off your debt before you die if you're just constantly leveraging it?
That's why the 30-year fixed mortgage is like great. There's good debt and there's bad debt.
Yeah.
If you have a lot of assets, but you're like debt heavy, then it kind of like balances.
Yeah.
It's like you're worth a lot, but you like owe a lot.
Eventually.
So like, no, like that's what Trump did. Like he leveraged like billions and hundreds of millions of dollars of debt, but like his assets, which is a way outweigh like, you know, over time, especially all that debt, you know, because all these huge properties, like think about it, you're owning hotels, you're getting paid every month for just people staying, you know, and your operating costs, like those go out, but you get, like I work at a hotel, like they make stupid money and it's like, they're kind of offering the bare minimum. Like we charge $1,000 a night, right? And like
Really?
nice location, whatever.
Newport Beach.
Yeah, but like
It's good vibes too.
it's good vibe. Like there's nothing bad about it, but like they cut a lot of corners to like make sure their costs aren't a lot,
Yeah.
and like you know they're making a lot of money. Like
Yeah.
at the bar,
$1,000 a night. Oh,
That's
gosh.
yeah, no, in the bar the margaritas are like $25, and they're you know they use the same stuff you get at like Albertsons, you know, like
Yeah.
cheap margarita mix
of
and
course.
hornitos.
All day.
Nothing crazy.
Man.
And then there's also the status game. If you can go to a really nice restaurant and pay $25 for a margarita, someone's going to look at you and say, oh, that person's high up on the status hierarchy.
Yeah,
So some people, they won't buy a $6 margarita.
Yeah.
They won't do it. They're like, I only buy expensive things,
right.
which is kind of funny.
Yeah, no,
I love a deal. I don't think it'll ever be that different. You know, I don't think I'll ever have enough money to where I won't want a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're always looking for a good deal, right? I totally feel you on that. But like back to the status thing, like people at like Lido House, like that, they're all about status. Like they're bougie, you know, whatever, Louis bags and like flexing. It's like I don't know, that mentality is kind of like toxic though. Like, like what's your status? Like, you're just trying to impress people, but like nobody has like a genuine connection.
Yeah, no one really cares.
You know, like
What's your internal status?
yeah,
How do you feel about yourself?
yeah. What's your mental framework like?
Yeah.
Do you have people in your corner that really love you for you? Or do they love you because you take them out on your yacht?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Or like your assets, like you have money, like yeah. I used to see, especially more when the hotel was new. When it was brand new, we'd get like these like baller types that come in, and they'd like come in with the Ferrari, and like they're buying all these girls drinks, right? But they're just like they're like soft, right? Because they're the only way they've made it for so many years is by making money. They haven't like developed in other categories in life. You know, they're not like super healthy. They're not like, you know, strong and fit. You know,
Spiritually sound.
yeah. They don't have a good mentality. You know, all they know, they've been caring about making money and like being rich. Like, so what? You get that, but like you come to Newport, like there's a lot of people who are rich. Like you don't really stand out anymore.
It's like you're regular now.
Or yeah, even Orange County in general. Everything's so expensive. Everybody has money. Like
Yeah, I think a balanced life is very important.
totally.
I mean, as much as I think money is very important in that balance game, there's a lot of other things that are just as important. I forgot who said this, but someone said that something along the lines of when you have enough money where you can buy anything you ever wanted, anything you want, you can buy it.
Yeah.
You get some joy, but you get even more joy by not wanting anything.
Right.
Because if you just have inner peace and inner joy, regardless of the things that you want, then that kind of trumps all the things that you could possibly buy. I like that, you know. I mean, I love a good deal. I love a good profit margin. Don't get me wrong. I'm capital. I grew up in America, of course.
Yeah. It's a fun game.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. I don't want to say I'm a capitalist. I'm a lot of things, but
Right. You're not just put into one box. You don't want to put
yeah,
yourself in a box.
I believe in, like, you know, if I can get it for 2 and sell it for 5, why shouldn't I be able to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should be able to, and like we're lucky that we still have like a free market. You know, a lot of people don't have those opportunities.
Yeah,
So we get to come here. Like that's why I was super happy to like talk to you guys. And you're like, yeah, bro, come on, swing by. And I was like, you're like, oh, you don't mind recording? And I was like, well, no, I guess not. Well, I don't just. This is like I'm not wasting the time anymore. Like you're making content. Like
Yeah.
it's not just a chat. Like it could be something more, or it could reach somebody, impact somebody in a positive way.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yep.
Just fucking recording. It's actually crazy. We've been trialing some editors, and we give them like 2 clips each to basically give us a test run with our stuff.
See if their editing style aligns with ours.
Yeah. And how fast they are. Like you got 3 days. How when did they get it?
And their communication.
Yeah, the communication exactly. Yeah. And our very first guy, fucking great video. Did it in the same day. We're already like, oh, this is great. And then he emails us. Was it this morning? Yeah, emails us this morning. He's like, hey, I just want to let you know I posted it on my YouTube Shorts because, you know, portfolio. And usually my videos get like, what?
70. 70.
Oh, really?
He said usually my videos.
Oh, shit. He's like, usually they're like 70, maybe 100. Posted yours, and within 2 days has like 1.2, probably more now.
Yeah.
1,000 views. And it's him talking about the water brewery, the
Yeah.
frequencies on the sounds.
Oh, how
then
it's me just talking about nonsense
And that,
and like random things.
and that might have,
Funny.
how many, like, we will never know, but how many of those 1,000 people looked into becoming healthier by the water they drink? At least like awareness, like,
Yeah.
is this fucking bottled water good? I don't know. And it's just the chain. And then in texting that guy, like, yo, don't fucking drink bottled water.
Yeah.
Just because it's you.
Or even not even just about water. Maybe they start looking into frequencies and sound healing. And like for me personally, when I go to sleep, I put on 432 hertz.
Yeah, he's on how hurts, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm big on that.
You know what I mean? I'll listen to that.
Listen to it while you're sleeping though.
I mean, to put me to bed, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it eventually turns off.
Okay,
But-
gotcha.
Yeah, I like to, even when I'm asleep, I feel like I'm hearing things.
Yeah,
It'd be nice to kind of control what I'm hearing.
Interesting.
yeah. Your subconscious is like a supercomputer. It's like
Yeah.
we're always learning new things about our brain. You know, we don't even know everything. It's funny. It's like Inception. You're like we're learning about our own brain. We're using our brain to learn about our brain.
Yeah.
Like boom, like Inception.
I always say stuff like that.
Singularity.
The brain is the most complex thing the brain can try to comprehend.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to like understand.
Like even rocket scientists, you know, anything confusing, not as complicated as the brain trying to
Consciousness.
comprehend the brain.
Right. Yeah, you're always taking things in, like your environment. You're taking in like the energies of other people, your own energy. Like it's just like there's always a million things.
I mean, think about it. My conscious brain, like, I can only focus on this tiny point. Like, I can only focus on a little bit, even though I'm able to see a whole lot. It's just
To focus.
yeah. The way I'm focusing right now, like I'm looking at your eyes, I can see your face. Like, I mean, I can see your fingers, but I mean, my conscious focus is very minimal, right? A pinpoint compared to all the stimulus that's coming in.
Right.
You ever done shrooms?
Yeah. Yeah. I had. It was in Santa Barbara.
There's
Just Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
No,
I've done them a couple times.
Any crazy trips?
Yeah, well, one day I did it after like a heavy day of drinking. Yeah,
Is that recommended?
that's totally not right. Like, don't do that. Make sure you're hydrated. You don't want to eat anything weird. No, it's not recommended.
Yeah.
Don't do shrooms after, because you're just like, my head was like so hot, and I was like, yo, I'm like dehydrated, and your brain is like working super hard. But yeah, no, I had some like enlightening moments. Well, I had like some trauma that like I didn't deal with, and like that came up like right away.
really
Yeah, and that was probably like my second or third like time.
Oh.
I just got like super emotional. I was in my own house and like looking at like old family photos, and I was just
Yeah.
like, wow, that was like a lot for me.
Did you feel better after?
Yeah, I felt like I literally went through a journey. Like I like learned so much, and like I ended up just staring at flowers for like hours, and they were just like moving like so much, and I was like, basically every time I do that, I'm like, I realize that like everything has life for the most part, and everything's like transmitting an energy, vibrate or bad. Like this is transmitting like a little negative 5G or whatever the energy is. You know, there's always, maybe I shouldn't say 5G. Yeah, algorithm. Yeah, it might be a red flag.
Well, I mean, I think that's a good transition into some of that protective gear that you're wearing,
Oh yeah,
or just in general.
yeah. I'm big on there's this like big soccer guy, Erling, what's his name? He's like a foreign soccer guy, and he's like rocking no choice gear.
Really?
Yeah, so I got on this stuff like a couple years ago when I realized I was living like right next to these like mini 5G cells, and then right outside my apartment, these like transmitters. They're everywhere. There's these big like boxes on like wooden poles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like I was living like 60 feet from one of them.
Yeah.
And I would just get like headaches and shit. And I was like,
Wow.
dude.
What?
Like I felt like I was being attacked, honestly. And like there's a such thing as direct energy weapons too. But that's like a whole nother. I mean, it's not a whole nother topic. It's kind of on the same parallel.
Right.
But like this was like one of the only ways I figured, you know, externally I could protect myself. Internally, you want to get healthier and like detox yourself from metals.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want like aluminum in your body and like all these other heavy metals, like too much iron. Like it, especially aluminum, that leads to Alzheimer's. But like something,
Is it bad to drink out of an aluminum can?
it might be, you know, it's probably not great.
Okay.
But I don't like.
Yeah. And I always thought that.
Final say on these things.
Right. I mean, yeah, I always thought that drinking out of an aluminum can was a better alternative than drinking
Plastic.
out of a plastic bottle.
I would say it is.
Okay.
But a lot of the aluminum cans, like, they're aligned with BPA, which is like something that's in plastic.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this dual can. So I go to grocery outlet because there's like grocery discounts or whatever.
Yeah.
And I get this like little pineapple juice can.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. Like on the can, it says, not intentionally lined with BPA.
Intentionally? What? Not intentionally. Yeah, I didn't intend.
We didn't mean.
Where else would it come from?
We may know about some BPA in it. We may have an idea.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So I saw that and I was like, wow. Like,
Yeah.
how many other cans are like this? They just don't say it.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
The only time I let's see, you see those water bottles right there, the plastic ones. So they sell them BPA free and with BPA.
Okay.
And I'll just always get the BPA free, but they would let you know like they're just not as durable. Like fuck
BPA free.
no BPA, yeah, BPA free.
Okay.
And then
Not as durable.
they're not as durable.
Well, because there's no BPA.
Yeah, it's like no, it's durable.
Breathing compound.
And so I was like, yeah, it's worth the help. And then I had like 4 break in the time of like fucking months. I'm like, fuck it, give me the fucking BPA. Like, I'll take a BPA.
I'll take one.
I'm tired of this shit breaking.
Yeah. BPA sounds like some kind of sex move.
Can I get
BPA?
Of course it does. Sounds like a bomb.
Yeah, no, there's just so many things. Like, we can only do so much. I mean, we live in the concrete city.
Do shit.
We can't worry about this the whole time we're here.
Yeah.
We gotta, play the hand we're dealt.
Yeah. Just gotta play the game.
Enjoy life. But like, yeah, if you got $80, like, or $60, like, grab into a choice beanie. Like, just see what's good.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, I really like it.
So can you explain it a little more?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't really even say anything. It's like 99% silver, and then it's the inside, right? And then the rest is cotton. So like, the silver is what protects you from the electromagnetic force.
So you're wearing silver on your head right now.
Right? Yeah. I'll show you.
Is it like a flexible silver?
The inside here.
Oh, wow.
That looks nice. Oh, it's cozy. Obvious. Yeah, and
That fabric is lined like meshed with silver?
so yeah, this is like silver plated. So there's
Wow, that's cool.
but you really notice like a cooling sensation, right? So I have the blankets too. I've been sleeping with the blankets for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
And my sleep is just impeccable. Like, I'm
Wow.
non-interrupted. Like, when I was like depressed, I could sleep for like 10, 12 hours. Like, my sleep is just really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing to sleep that much.
Mhm.
Probably not. But,
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You still sleep for 10 hours?
no, I don't.
Oh,
I sleep for like 8 or 9.
yeah. I can't sleep for over like 7 hours nowadays.
Yeah, I sleep for eight or 9 on like a workout day. On like a not-workout day, I go for like 7 or 8.
Yeah, it depends obviously what I'm doing.
Like how tired you are.
Sometimes I wake up more tired
Oh, if you're sleeping more.
if I sleep too much.
Yeah, totally.
The only times I'll do that is if I just have a fucking bender week, like 4 hours, 2 hours, 6, and I just have to catch up.
Jono's been known to stay up all night and work in this place. Right. He is a grind. He's got the grind set like no other.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Respect, dude.
Respect. Hey.
Dude, that's one of the reasons why I love you so much and why I want to surround myself with you is because your mindset when it comes to there's work to be done. We all have the same 24 hours.
Yeah.
I'm going to use mine to get the work done.
Yeah.
And like,
Appreciate it.
I really like that.
Yeah. It's an interesting switch. It's like blessing and a curse that I've over time learned to embrace it more. Because there's times it's like, if you have like a lot of ambition, it's just going to come with a lot of stress. Like, it's just a given. And I forget who says it. It's probably Elon, but like your income is directly tied to the problems you solve, level of difficulty, and the stress that you can handle.
Yeah.
And, a couple of years ago, it's just like, dude, is this fucking worth it? And I would go into like a lull down, start to chill more. But once I get down there, I instantly realize like why I want to achieve so much. It's like, dude, like being mediocre or like not doing much all the time sucks a lot more than having to have the stress and like success. Yeah. And it would be weird, man. I would like to, I wouldn't like to, but I kind of want to just do nothing for a bit because there was a time where I was trying to figure out what I was doing. I really wanted to do things. I just didn't have like a vehicle like now. Like we have a lot of like even just driving and fucking being able to record things to do and that are productive. The time where I just wasn't sure what I was doing, I was still in college. I could literally hear myself in my brain, like screaming at the top of my lungs. Like the feeling that you can get if you've ever done it, like at the top of your lungs, just screaming. I felt that in my head. And I was like, what is that? And I would here and there, I would catch it like, fucking do something. Yeah, like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I gotta do something. I don't know what the fuck to do. Right. So now the past years being that there's no moment to like be in that and think to allow it to come up.
Doing stuff
Constantly, yeah. Yeah. Something's always anticipated, always looking forward to. And it's just much more fulfilling. Because even now, I've the balance now is like being able to endure like the negatives, like attaching. And I've seen this with I like to correlate it to working out. Some people that have it, like my girlfriend, she doesn't have it, and where maybe us as males, or if we've been in sports, have this mindset where we can more easily associate pain with success.
Right.
Like when we go in the gym, like we look for the most pain because we know what it brings. And the more I work out with my girlfriend, she's like, I don't know if I can do this. Like it hurts. Yeah. Like, and it's like, I don't know, I can do this. And she busts out 15 reps. I'm like, I said fucking 8 reps. It's like, you just did 15 and you said you couldn't do it? It's like, your belief's fucked. It's like, that's what we have to fix. It's not like we should have to keep coming. But I was like, it's just the innate thing of associating pain with success. That the more shit that happens, the more you can learn and just improve, like stack another thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, that was a long-winded answer, but it's nuts. The fuck, dude, just striving towards failure. Yeah, man.
Batman, like a kid living in the bottom of this hole in this gnarly prison, or was that Bane?
I was like,
Bane, Batman.
I didn't know this story.
I'm not that well versed with that.
Yeah. He endured a lot of pain and a lot of darkness, and then he turned into like
Superhero. God tier beast.
Yeah, God tier.
Well, like, dude, back to what you said, like, if you see going to the gym or you see these things as like painful, like, oh, they hurt me, like, maybe you just don't really understand like the sacrifice, you know? Because like if you can see it, you can perceive it, like you can think it, then you can do it, right? But if your perception is like, well, your perception is reality. I'll say that. But if you're going into that leg press that's you think is heavy and you're telling yourself, no, I don't know if I could do it, like you're already gearing yourself up to probably fail.
Yeah,
exactly. But if you're going into like, I'm gonna crush it, like you're visualizing like you're getting through all your reps, like you're gonna get through it.
Like Ronnie Coleman said, lightweight, baby.
Lightweight, baby. Putting like 8 plates on each side.
Wait.
I like that. Your perception is your reality.
Yeah. And it's if you can see it, I don't know if I got the order of this right, but it's like if you can think it, you can see it, you can do it. Like you can visualize it, then you can do it, right?
Yeah, visualization thing's a huge aspect of success.
Yeah, it's like you're putting things into reality, right? Before they're even into reality. That's like the cool thing about it.
Yeah. It's nuts.
So like when you go into these things, like when I came into here, I like my mindset before was like, this is gonna go great. Like I'm looking forward to this all week. Like I already know it's gonna be a blast. You know, like I already knew I was gonna come in and like have a great time with the boys. And like even though we hadn't like really chopped it up, I've never really sat down with you.
Yeah, never.
Talked to you a little bit, but
Just over
Know each other.
yeah, exactly.
We've spent more time on COD than really.
Yeah, more time in the lobby.
Yeah, dude.
You guys play video games together?
Oh yeah, with Roman Ayala and Tony Leo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, dude, that was a squad.
Used to play back before the new game came out. But or at least I played more of that.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare, the OG time.
Yeah.
COVID time.
Yeah, I mean, during
cool.
that time, it was like, shit, I can play video games.
Are you good, dude?
No, I'm trash. Toronto, is he good? No, I'm trash.
And I think he's pretty good, right?
Yeah, no, this guy's good.
I don't know anything about video games, but
I can humbly say that I was fucking nasty.
Yeah, no, these guys are like, we do like the quick scope lobbies and it'd be like 5 to.
Oh, those? Oh, yeah, those are fun.
But like in Warzone, like I can hold mouse.
Yeah.
I can't.
I could
play Mario Kart.
No, Mario Kart, good. It's probably more applicable. Driving.
So what? We got any topics you want to discuss?
I know, I saw you got your notes out there.
Yeah, I do have a couple topics.
Let's go, baby.
We kind of went down, yeah, I mean, last TikTok thing, we said, cool, like, I had the internet marketing where it's gone, social media, you know, TikTok, it's a tool for some, but it's a weapon against many. That was it.
I kind of dove right in.
Wow, we did read without even reading it.
Well, yeah, we did. Yeah, I want to talk about, like, kind of also with the internet, like, the social media, like, fitness, like, takeover.
The fitness takeover.
Fitness takeover.
And the freaking fakery. The fakery?
You talking about, like, steroids and...
Yeah, just, like,
no.
just, like, all the lies and, like, deception on social media and, like, just, like, all the, like...
Oh, like, photoshopped ass and shit?
Yeah, you got the girls doing that, and then you got the guys who are claiming they're natural.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, everyone... Like, you're just trying to be... better than the next like crazy looking person, right? But like at the end we're all just kind of getting like they're all kind of just getting mental like health issues, and then like it's a lot of, because I personally had a hard time with this, and I still do, like I still deal with this, like comparing yourself to others.
Right.
It's just like the hub of that.
It's just natural.
It is.
And it's natural, like, compare things.
Right.
Where, like that light, is it bright? Well, it depends what you compare it to.
Yeah.
You know, like, am I tall? Well, it depends who I'm compared to. Like, what is anything without something to compare it to? It's like yin and yang, you know, like.
That's an interesting point. I kind of use that to advantage, like downplaying myself. Again, it's like blessing and curse, because if you can't mentally handle it, it'll be worse. But you know, like I forget who was telling me, but they're just telling me that they're like, yeah, I feel like I've tried a lot of things, and in my head, just looking back, not to be like ego or downplay them, it's just like, have you really? And I know what they've done, and I just think about all the other things I've done, and I didn't even put myself in the situation. That was my girlfriend, yeah. But she's like, yeah, I've tried a lot of things. I'm like, compared to who? I just in general. It's like, well, not to sound like ass, but I've probably done 3 times as much as you're just saying. And not to be an asshole, but
You are an asshole, but
yeah, I was like, don't even put me in it. Is look at some of the people that do nothing. It's like, when we compare us to them, we're great, but that's not good, because you're gonna get complacent.
right.
It's like, for me, what drives me is comparing myself to people that are where I want to be.
Yeah.
And it reverses it where it's like, oh, I'm not good enough. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's fucking possible.
That's slippers.
Yeah, it's slippery.
So I like that too, but like for me, it gets too much.
Yeah.
Oh, you're like too hard on yourself now.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, but like sometimes it is a good kick in the pants. Like you could be here, you could be there, but then again, you don't know everyone's journey.
Right.
So like,
Right. No
it's
context.
like unfair to like really do that to yourself.
Yeah.
Or comparing like maybe numbers on social media or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
I think a more healthy comparison is comparing yourself to yourself yesterday.
Right.
Like comparing yourself to who you were. Like today, I was better than I was yesterday. I think that could be a more healthy comparison, because, you know, people, like, let's go all the way to the top. Like, what if you're the best? Like Kobe Bryant, right? Like, I don't know how many people he can compare himself to that are better than him,
Right.
but he's still working every day to get better. So I'm guessing someone like that probably compares themselves to themselves. Is it a competition with themselves? Which I've found works for me a lot better.
Yeah,
Because,
Yeah.
like you said, like,
definitely.
if I look at a super jacked or super rich guy, right, and compare myself to them,
Yeah.
I don't know how they got there. I didn't see that progression.
You just see the one clip or the one
Yeah.
highlight, and that's like what I think is a really tough thing with like social media and like the younger kids. Like I feel bad for like the younger kids, and like I think that's part of like the whole issue with like why everyone's doing all this like body modifications or like, you know, injections and stuff, is because they're thinking they need to be like these other people. Like I need to be Mr. Olympia. How am I going to get there? Like a diet plan, like a trainer, but like also like tons of gear.
That's great. So, like,
You know, how many kids really, I mean, how many kids you guys see on Instagram that are like 20 natural and they're just like shoulder veins, like chest.
I mean, dude, I've seen some kids at the gym, dude. I'm like, dude, you're like 19.
Yeah, dude. Their face,
Freaking ripped. And it's like,
it's not good.
It's like scary, dude. Like I stumbled into this guy, Alex Eubank. Maybe he's just like newest young social media guy, like blowing up, right? He's like 20 years old, but he's on all the platforms, right?
yeah.
Like don't discredit him. Like I'm sure he lifts hard, he's grinding,
Right.
lots of social media posts, but he's also repping this whole Christian thing. Like that's like also part of his brand. He's a super Christian, and I'm like, dude, you're 20 and like you're on like a lot of sauce, bro. Like I don't care like how you think you got this build. Like I can tell you're injecting something or you're taking like,
Yeah.
no. And then you're telling everyone you're natural and you're selling your supplement brand. Same thing like the Liver King.
Yeah,
Like,
that was a bit.
tried and true story. Like every day. This path, right, is like a pretty common thing we see in social media, but it's like it shouldn't be common. Like for people to be doing that themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like where society's mind is headed, you know? It's what they care about.
Yeah.
It's what they want to do.
It's the feedback loop. You know, you get rewarded so you do more.
Right.
Rewarded so you do more. Or like if you're an athlete and you can't get injured, you know, they gotta do the whatever kind of steroids
Yeah.
so that they can continue to play at a high level, so that they can continue to make the money and be the superstar and then do more.
I mean, yeah, these guys are the MLB guys and like the pro. It's probably not so much in the NBA. I can't really speak on the NBA, but I know the NFL guys and the MLB guys. Like a lot of them are still like on stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I know the NFL guys are. You know what they take is also really bad is Toradol.
What is that?
It's like
Force roids?
it's like painkiller, horse painkiller.
Oh yeah.
It's like Advil times 10. They take like, you can hear Arian Foster and like Joe Rogan, he talks about it. It's like they have to sign a waiver of like, if I die because of organ failure, like it's not the NFL's fault.
Wow.
But there's like a lineup of like all the linemen, all the football guys, like they're all on the line.
Need that shit.
They're Toradol injection every game because there's how much pain they're in. And like, jeez, they just know they're gonna get worked. Like,
Yeah, I mean, how do you not get work at NFL, dude?
Right.
Getting that work.
Like they get paid to recover.
yeah,
It's a need. They need to, or else they're just fucked.
I mean, yeah, it's the NFL. It's not
Man.
long.
Yeah, I've played 6 years. My fucking neck's fucked.
Right.
My back's fucked, dude. To this day.
I had like serious injuries in my career. For me, it was like every other year I had like a big injury. I would miss like half the games. So then I quit after my sophomore year because I was like, the next year is the year again. Like it was coming up again, you know.
Yeah.
I only played 2 games my freshman year.
Oh, okay.
3 games.
Yeah.
And I played like all of sophomore year, only missed like a game. And junior year, I was like, it's coming. I should back out while I'm still ahead.
Right.
Yeah, so I just stopped.
I would be on the field. I remember one time and we got this on film. So we were in the film room watching it over, and I was in the backfield as a linebacker, and I threw up on the field, and then they called hike, and then I went in and just tried to smash them. I'm like, in my stance, like, bleh. They were like, through your helmet. Threw my helmet. I didn't care. And then I just went right after it. I was like a
Good
tiny ass.
Fucking pushed right into it.
Yeah,
So my buddy was like, "Did you just throw?"
I did.
Yeah. I've had quite a few concussions, so I got to cut myself some slack when I compare my intellect to others.
You know, you were big in football. I remember the days. Didn't you play on like a torn ACL?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
You had like the Battle of the Bell, and you were wearing like a knee brace and shit.
Yeah. I had a partially torn ACL going into Battle of the Bell, and then
They ran like a run-only offense.
Oh, it's UDM, huh?
and then at Mesa.
Oh.
I played on a partially torn ACL, and then in Battle of the Bell, I fully tore it.
Wait, you played for Estancia?
Yeah, I only played Battle of the Bell 1 year.
Oh, okay.
1 year. His junior year.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and then we saw each other.
That's crazy.
Did you play too?
Yeah, I was a running back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And linebacker.
Dude, yeah, some crazy shit happened that game. I remember this huge dude popped me and my helmet flew off. And like seeing all the lights. You probably know that guy's name. He was like your biggest guy.
Nehru?
Oh, probably Nehru.
I don't know. He was
Big Simone.
either tight end
Or was
or
it
Mason tackle.
Oh, probably Mason.
No, it wasn't Mason Top.
Okay.
I remember him
It
too.
was probably Nehru.
These guys were way heavier.
Yeah.
It was
Either Nehru or Birdo.
No, it was definitely Nehru.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was that linebacker, and I like pulled up to this, and, like I was not. My helmet came off, and like the player was over there, and I was like, yo, and they were like all the lights and like everything, and they were like, just gotta get off the field, man.
Yeah.
Because I guess you had to if your helmet comes off.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And knowing Nehru was probably like, oh, sorry.
Nehru's quite the character.
Dude, it's funny, bro.
Yeah, those were cool times.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah, that simple again.
Yeah.
The look at us reliving our Congo football.
I know, huh?
Yeah, listen to us, dude.
It's nuts.
Dude, I didn't even know you played.
I know, I didn't know you played either.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that shit was fun. Yeah, probably.
I never played offense, so I was all
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, good times. It was pretty worth it. Even though this back pain is probably eternal. I went to a chiropractor.
into another life.
Yeah, probably. I got a chiropractor and he had this fucking gnarly crack on the upper back. And I've been cracked a lot, but this crack was different. You could hear like liquids, and it was like, oh shit. He's like, oh, he's like, that's from playing football and getting hit on top of your head. I was like, you know.
Finally,
He's like,
someone who understands.
He's like, what'd you play? Running back, fullback? It's like running back. I was like, yep. Get your head up.
The good old head down spears, man.
Yeah, dude.
The head is an incredible weapon.
Especially when you put a big old 10-pound helmet on it.
Yep. Just ram.
Oh man. Yeah, I got my bell rung a couple times. That was part of the reason why I was done too, because we were losing all of our seniors, right? And I was gonna be like a junior, and they were like, "Yeah, you're gonna be like the face of the franchise. You're the guy. You need the keys." And I was like, "Bro, I don't want the keys. Like, there's no contract. There's no like, I wasn't getting anything in return."
People are getting pulled out on stretchers. They're like, "You ready, Jeff?
You ready? There you are, bro.
Go ahead and head the defense.
That's bloody, dude.
Like, nah, I'm cool. We'll let the other boys take over.
Yep.
But they'll have a good time.
Yeah. I'd like to transition this to the, which, on currency and silvers. Go deep on that stuff. You got silver in your pockets, silver on your head.
Yeah,
silver.
I kind of miss the silver. Well, this recent silver train. So as of today, it's the 24. It's at like $23, which is like nearly a 20-year high. And same with gold. Gold's at about $2,000 an ounce. These are both ounce prices.
Oh wow.
I have been keeping up since like the beginning of this year, and it was like about $18-20, and I was foolishly hoping for a drop so you could buy more, which we didn't really get. Yeah, so I could get more in because I don't have that much silver.
How many grams or
I probably have ounces.
Or ounces.
Right? So probably have like a pound. So only like 15, 20 ounces.
and is it just in like random rock form or like
No, it's in like silver
Coin?
bars.
oh bars?
Yeah, like ounce. Like, well, they look like little plates.
Okay. Oh, I think I've seen them.
But you can also get the 1 ounce silver coin.
Mhm.
But either way, it's a good investment. I wouldn't say it's hard to know if it's going to be an hedge against inflation at the price now, like it's kind of at the top now. But yeah, that kind of brings us to like Basel III, which is like the new financial like structure that they're going to have for like all these international banks. And they're changing the requirement of gold. They're kind of going back to the gold standard. So they're changing the requirement of gold that banks have to have, which is like super crazy because they haven't had the U.S. itself hasn't had a gold standard since like the 70s.
Okay.
So that was like the beginning of like inflation, but it took a while for like things to hit. And
Yeah.
COVID, I gotta stop saying that. Convid. Whatever. You can't say the actual word.
Yeah.
You're good. Yeah. But that was like part of the plan to reset the financial. Yeah. That rollout.
Oh, to speed it up?
Yeah. Like, so that helps speed it up.
Oh.
To roll out the cell towers. Like, it's all kind of.
Wow.
There's a good Instagram post, or maybe it was just like something I found on the internet, but every like some 50 something years, there's like a new illness / like radio wave they roll out. So they started with like H1N1, whenever that was.
All that shit.
In like 1920s.
Every sickness that's happened.
They roll out like another grade of the frequency.
Yeah.
So it's like, how are we going to beat that in like a social credit like scenario? Well, you have to become your own bank, right? You have to bet against like the banks. You have to be your own bank, and if you do that, you own either what the bank has, which right now is cash, but they also have bonds, but they're also going to start having a lot of gold. So you got to stack your own like currency in that way.
Yeah.
You have to be like diversified.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of effort and like a lot of like research to figure out like what's actually going to be valuable. And with like crypto, it's like even harder because you got a million things, and they're pushing a million different things at you. There's all these different avenues like NFTs, like then you got all the smart chain stuff on Ethereum. Then you have like your ISO 222 coins. There's 8 of them. And those are all like, not all of them, but like some of them meet like regulatory requirements that the banks now have, right? Like the main old traditional banks, like your Wells Fargo's, your Bank of America's, your Chase Banks, like they're all these crypto specific ones, ISO 222, they're built into the new framework, right? So they're gonna either have to use them or they're gonna be a part of their financial infrastructure somehow. We don't know how, but it kind of all ties together. The social credit system, right? The digital currency system, fintech. It's kind of like when conspiracy people like, oh, conspiracy theorists, you know, they have all these different things, right? But a lot of them actually tie together. They come back down to like a couple things. That's like the overhaul of like the future, you know, like the World Economic Forum, their goals. Like everyone's a nation of renters, you know, we're already headed there. Things like that. They kind of all tie together. So
It's crazy.
yeah, it's really crazy like where the world's headed, and it's heading so fast, you know?
Yeah.
It's really hard to keep up.
Yeah, it is. Jeez.
I love that shit.
New things all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just too much to keep up with. And it's like, how do you stay focused when you have all these distractions too? Like, not only do we have all this financial stuff, like if you're focused on it, right, you can see it. But then on the other side, you have a million distractions, the TikToks, the corn hubs, the the social media, you know, the OnlyFans, like all these things like are to distract the men from like going on attack mode and like figuring out like how am I going to take advantage of this like wealth transfer, right? Because that's what it is. It's going to be like wealth transfer, right? And people are going to get caught like slipping bad. Like you're going to get caught with like if you have more than $250K in your bank and they roll you over to digital only and you can't withdraw it, but you want cash, but you can't get cash because none of the banks have your cash. You know, like these, I feel like a lot of older people are going to kind of get screwed.
For sure.
Because maybe they're not diversified, or they think like, oh, I got 10 mil in the bank, like I'm chilling. You know how many people around here in Orange County are like worth a couple mil, but they're just trying to ride it out and just vibe.
Yeah.
And think they're totally
We
set.
just saw it with that bank fucking dump.
Keep doing that.
What was it? Yeah.
SVB, Silicon Valley Bank.
Just all of a sudden no one could be paid.
Yeah.
Like these businesses couldn't pay their payroll.
Line out the door. People trying to get their funds.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of insider stuff too. It always,
for sure.
The insider guys are always 2 steps ahead, you know. They were getting all paid out, you know. The top guys are all getting paid out like 2 weeks before the cracks.
Crazy how all that is like in some type of news. There's really nothing that happens.
Yeah, it's like okay, that guy scammed everyone.
Yeah. Like it wasn't
gonna do something about the end.
Right.
Yeah.
And it wasn't clean enough on a criminal level where people aren't talking about it. It's like, okay, it might be true, it might be fake, but if it is true, you got fucking caught getting paid out, like coincidentally before this all happened. But nothing's really gonna happen to them, or at least what I don't know.
Maybe
We don't know. Yeah.
no, they're gonna be fine. There's
The
the people on the inside, they're fine.
They're
the people with their cocks out,
Yeah.
you know, with all their money. You saw the line out the door of the bank. Like, I mean, that was the video they paraded around mainstream media.
Yeah, sure.
It's like
You never know.
consumers can't get their money out of the bank. Well, the bank doesn't have it. It's been sent away.
Yeah.
Just yeah, it's crazy to think about the banks and stuff. The
current
Bank of America even had like a recent scandal too, where a bunch of customers were like, "Why did I get $1,600 taken from my account?" And like a bunch of people would go to the Bank of America, right? And then coincidentally, all these Bank of Americas went to like fully automated, like no employees, so they couldn't talk to anyone.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it's like that's the bank who is running the unemployment thing.
Yeah.
Right. I had that for a little bit, and they would like hit my account. That's another reason why they need more liquidity, right? So when the next crisis comes, and like honestly, it's coming. Who knows when? Maybe 2025. Who knows? When that comes, they're gonna need a lot more liquidity, right? Because 1,600 is not gonna cut it.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna need like 5K, right? So how are they gonna get more zeros on the screen without like a financial overhaul? Because I'm pretty sure people like, you guys can fact check me on this too, but like people had problems getting their COVID money. Some people did.
Yeah.
They're supposed to get a certain amount, they didn't get it.
Yeah.
And the
Try really hard.
yeah, go through all these hoops. Then there was these unemployed scammers as well. It was separate things.
So many people
Yeah,
so
dude.
much money on the unemployment.
Yeah. Oh yeah, people were going in. Yeah. I wasn't scamming, but when I was getting it, because I actually got furloughed.
I knew some people who
Really? Oh, I know. People were going in, dude.
they were making
That shit was nuts.
Yeah, they were just like, I'm
Yeah.
in the business and I made 20,000.
It's nuts, bro.
Yeah.
But they were actually setting people up now because they had the whole thing too. The IRS hires 87,000 agents. Like, I don't know if you guys heard about that.
Yeah, I
saw it.
saw a news headline.
Yeah, like they just float that number out. Like, you need something here.
87,000.
But like, in reality, IRS is going to be coming after those people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hopefully you didn't get caught slipping there.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't scam.
No, I took my regular unemployment.
Yeah, you took your standard
I took my standard.
dealings.
Yeah. But that shit was nuts, too.
It was still a lot. I mean, I lost my job so due to COVID. I lost 3 jobs.
Wow. I was at Mendocino Farms, and I got furloughed, not fully fired, and I started getting unemployment. It was a couple hundred more than I was making working full time. And then I went back, and my supervisor, she obviously had to keep working because she's a supervisor, but her hours were cut. And then when we finally came back, she's like, "It was rough. I was getting paid like way less because of the hours." And in my head, fuck, I got paid more than I did here, sitting at home playing COD. And obviously, I fucking whacked it all on gaming and food. No, it was fucking gone. But that shit was crazy. That's when I knew something was wrong. Just couldn't comprehend it.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Like, why would it be incentivized to stay home right now?
Yeah. No, there's always something like deeper. Like,
Yeah.
I know the consciousness of like that whole COVID scam was to like, can like basically make people distracted.
Yeah.
Right? Everything's a distraction. But that was like, yo, really don't pay attention to this COVID. Like, here's a bunch of money. Like, don't pay attention.
Yeah, it really was.
Like, here's a bunch of money.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Yeah, just like let us like run our thing and go fuck shit up internationally and
Yeah.
like let us just
Sped that shit up.
do this whole thing. Yeah, and then now we're in this Ukraine thing. Like,
Yeah.
who knows what's really going on over there? I know it's like a lot of guys like U.S. people. They're like, sign me up. Like, let me get out there. You
Yeah.
know, people just like want a cause.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like the same greedy people that like started the war on terror because they had weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same people that wanted that, you know. It's just a whole military industrial complex. Like that and the military industrial, banking, and financial.
Prison.
But did I mention? And then telecommunications. Those are like the most powerful like industries, right? And they're also like the scariest.
Yeah.
Because they have like the most control over people.
They're listening to us right now.
It's all in their hands.
They're controlling how much gas I can put in my car to go somewhere.
Right. And then they're telling you, actually, you're not even going to be able to buy gas in 10 years here in California. You think gas is pricey now. We'll wait till you all have to wait at the Tesla line because you can only have a Tesla.
Wow.
You know? It's like, it's all just it's like a system of control, you know?
Yeah.
It's like they're just all harvesting like negative energy and they all want you to be down, right? And
Yeah.
like COVID didn't like, shit, man, I keep saying this fucking COVID word. But it's just like, it made depression and it made people like isolated.
Mhm.
And like, maybe that was like the real killer instead of the sickness.
Yeah. A mental health attack.
Well, I mean, I've read things where like someone who has a positive mindset actually gets sick less often than someone with a negative mindset.
Sure, I can totally believe that.
Stuff like that. I mean, that's a little simplified, but
Yeah.
someone who has like positive outlook on life, their immune system works at a better rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you like like what you said about the water brewery, like they're communicating positively. Like your body's made of water, your cells are made of water. Like if you're communicating with yourself positively, like you're gonna have more positive results. And they've done studies on plants, like plant that's been talked to negatively versus plant that's been, you know, told I love you.
Did you watch Sam's clip or what?
No, was that you? Did you already got something like that?
No, we had something edited and it was like,
That was the clip that blew up.
Oh, that was?
Yeah.
That's right. It's
no, it's
but it's so
he literally says like, if you talk to your crops or like play Mozart, it's like, if you tell your kid that I love you or I hate you, it's like very similar.
no, yeah,
Yeah, but yeah,
that's
the frequencies. Yeah.
yeah. So it's cool that you guys already put that out there.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's not just what you put in your body. It's also what you put in your eyes and put in your ears.
Consuming.
Stimulus overall.
Mhm.
It's going to impact your consciousness.
Yeah. Right. And I don't want to go too deep into this because I've been really binging on it, but like ancient civilization shit and stuff that's happening that happened in Egypt with the pyramids. Like,
Oh, yeah.
how they built it. And there's all these theories. A lot of archaeologists like dismiss even like going in. They think they figured out everything. And there's this guy, he's been on Joe Rogan. His name is Graham Hancock. And he's not even an archaeologist. He's an author. But he just studied that shit heavily. And now he's bringing a lot of stuff up, trying to combat these archaeologists, but they don't want to talk because they probably know they're wrong. But humans have always believed that civilizations have only existed for like 5,000-6,000 years. And then this guy is like, dude, I found a lot of shit where we've been around for about 11,000 years. It's just that shit's happened, like the dinosaurs being commented on. People who built the pyramids had some type of crazy technology that we can't comprehend, and it's just wiped out. And again, I don't want to go too deep, but it's like these fucking bricks that weigh tons. Like there's no way that we could probably do it now, but it would be super hard. Yeah. Thinking back to how they created it, but I'm trying to loop this around to one of the biggest theories is that they were moving these fucking huge ass rocks with sound frequencies.
Yeah, I've heard of this one.
Yeah, crazy.
Good stuff.
And it's relating back to a lot of this stuff. Yeah, exactly. Like sleeping with certain frequency. The 5G is some type of negative frequency that keeps us down in some way.
Physical matrix trap.
Yeah. And then
You ascend.
There's more dimensions.
There's more dimensions. And then there's proof that they were on
5D, baby.
Have you read Living in 5D?
No, I saw you posting that too. But the 5D ascension thing is super real. I'll show you guys once we're done here. There's a little exercise I have for like opening up your third eye.
Let's go.
Let's
ready.
Need exercise. No, you sure you don't want to do it on the pod? Everyone can use it.
Did I get baited on it?
It's too heady. It's super heady, right? It's like
I get canceled.
cancelizing.
Oh, okay.
So like you're not gonna be saying anything. Then it's just gonna be me here with my eyes closed.
Yeah, some meditation.
Right? And then I'm gonna start floating up in the air. I'm start rising. My consciousness is rising.
That's sick.
No, but what you were saying, loop back to that. I've seen videos of like these huge, like you call them Tonka trucks, right? But they're like the real life version.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to move those size rocks in like a quarry, and it's like the back of them is like bouncing up and down. They can't hold the weight.
No way.
So it's like we don't even have the technology to do it now.
Exactly.
Right. And I was I did anthropology at UCSB and archaeology. That was like my main major was anthropology. Yeah. So I did some archaeology and like some ancient Egypt.
Awesome.
But the main story is like, yeah, they had a bunch of what they told you is they have a bunch of slaves and they're all using pulleys and ladders.
Yeah.
And a big wheel. Yeah. It's like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Like I didn't buy that for a second.
Yeah. No. Awesome. Only when you're like a kid and it's like in the book. It's like, oh, cool. Yeah. But then when you really understand, like, oh, these are fucking huge.
Yeah. And they sort of brush over that and like get into like other things. Like they don't really want to talk about that. It's not like what I learned about, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I learned about how the pyramids were made.
Yeah. They don't want to like get into that. Yeah. And the whole like our whole history has been like hijacked. Like the Smithsonian that came in like the 1800s. They took all the information from like the ancient civilizations, like the Mayans, the Aztecs. And then they rebranded it and told their story. Right. Whatever they saw that they thought wasn't part of the story, they took it out. Like stories of giants and stuff like that. All that stuff, they kind of try to wipe it from the record.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like weird shit like that.
There is.
There's like faint hints of it, but all the real evidence is kind of like
burned
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like taken away, and it's like that was kind of not by mistake.
Right. No, not.
Nothing's ever by accident.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
Whose history are you reading?
Yeah. It's nuts, bro. I was binging on that shit. But even compared to like right now, the 5G's real. And so if
pop up, you can unsee
if people are using it,
phone right now, it says 5G.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got that 5G. We got that 5G speed.
But like when they came out, like it was 3G, like 08, the iPhone 3G, like the bee's knees, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look at an AT&T commercial. They're like, we got 5G in all 50 states.
Yeah. And T-Mobile's like T-Mobile's commercial is hilarious, right? It's like 5G is great. It's like all over the NBA games, and it shows the tower and all these like purple beams coming. It's really like that. It's really like that. Like, we're getting 5G is not real. Yeah, like imagine a spectrum of colors and like waves going through the air, but you can't see it. It's totally invisible to our eye.
Yeah.
Like,
It pretty much proves how these pyramids are built if the theory of like vibration and frequencies is true. It's like, how are you going to dismiss that crazy things were built on sound or frequencies, but at the same time use it in a negative way?
yeah, it's fucking control over it.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Clearly there was something they're using.
yeah, they're all using like magical conches and shit. And they're like directing there. Like, wow, we need one of those beanies, dude. I like I'm down blocked right now.
Pretty down to get
They're like, they're like, don't think anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, just stay in this. Yeah, what they call it is the net, the 5G like grid net. I got some good terms here. You guys need to check those out. This can be non-podcast related.
We're documenting people. We're documenting everything.
Documented.
You got to. Okay, take a look at this. Oh, let's get the brightness up here. Got the blue light filter. That's why it's a little orange. Here you go. So this is the net, right? That our consciousness is impacted by. Tell us a little bit more about it. Well, the net it's basically just like a trap of like our hologram reality, right?
Wait, sorry, 25,000 BC? This is
Like old. So like, also what I learned in anthropology, right, is like the timeline of like what they've given us, it's been altered, right? So like they said, when I was doing anthropology, they said 10,000 BC is when we first started agriculture, right? And then we had all that time to start like developing like dairy and wheat and like give us to where we are today. So like, but everything past that, there was also humans past that from like 25,000. I think that date could be a little misleading, to be honest. I don't know if I can agree with that. But
Can I send this to us?
sure, yeah, I got you. But the date of like humans being around is probably like, I would say it's about 25,000
yeah, I would agree.
BC. So I don't know if I agree with that date there. But this net static field is like one of the things that weighs on our consciousness.
Yeah.
And like we can't like ascend through that.
Right.
Here's the exercise. I'll let you guys take a look at this. Or do you guys want to wait to do this till after?
You know, I mean,
We're kind of running.
Is this?
no. How long are we even filming?
Like
Oh, it's 8:30. We have an interview, don't we?
I rescheduled them.
We rescheduled all the way to 9?
I could just reschedule the 9 o'clock too.
your fault, boys. I'm on your bar.
No, I say we keep talking. We're already here talking long. I mean, I've seen a video of
Wow, I have to take a piss as well too. Yeah, dude, it's been an absolute blast. Yeah, I knew this was gonna go by in the blink.
Yeah, I know.
it always does.
It does.
But
Yeah, we can wrap it up and then.
wait, one more thing on the traveling through different dimensions.
Yeah, let's dive into that a little bit.
Oh, I mean, I guess we can go take pisses and then come back.
Yeah, let's keep the thought.
Okay, so this guy was saying that if you believe in an infinite amount of dimensions, then you might think that you are physically changing worlds, or like you're going to physically hop into another world. But really, if you do internal work to raise your vibrations, you'll be in a different dimension without knowing it. And you'll be leaving that old lower vibrational dimension, entering into a new higher vibrational dimension. But you have to do the internal work to get
Right.
to kind of
Okay, I love this, dude.
progress up in through the dimensions. But with that net thing, it seems like you wouldn't be able to expand to the higher dimensions because the net might be blocking you. And in those different dimensions, that's when you get to see the different types of beings, right? Like, we're all human beings. Everyone you look around, like, people are like, oh, Bigfoot's not real, right? But in Native American culture, they say like Bigfoot travels from a different dimension, pops in, pops out. Is it living in this dimension all the time?
Here, hold on. I'm gonna let you guys go on this, but I gotta take.
Oh, you do? Okay, for sure. Yes. But yeah, there's I mean, when you want to talk about like different dimensions, like there's really no denying it that we have like, well, a connection to like a higher source, right? Because we are, and this is my belief, but also people would agree with me. People would disagree and discourage me not to talk about this, but that we are all fallen angels of some sort, right? So we've fallen from like a higher dimension, and
well, I've definitely done a bunch of bad stuff in my life.
right.
So I'm trying to get better.
Right.
I'm trying to get it.
So as long as you're on that like right path, you know, you don't have to be like, you don't have to worship like one thing or another, but like, you know, God recognizes your actions, whether you believe in God or not, like the higher source, like creator. Yeah. Well, you just call him source or creator.
I call him creator.
Yeah, sure.
Not him.
It's not a him, it's a creator. They recognize your, you know, your energy and your outflow, who you are. You know, well, I've heard there's different astral like stargates, like stargates where you could enter and like supposedly travel to like somewhere else, right? But whoever the powers that be, right, they block the stargates. They're doing everything they can, right, to not allow us to like reach a higher dimension. That's the same reason why they do the chemtrails to block out the sun, so you can't get that energy, right? And it's like there's a lot of things that they kind of just like want to bring you down with. They want you they want you stuck here, right? In this 3D matrix. They want you like concerned with the material things in life.
Yeah.
They don't want you, you know.
Well, I mean, if you're not going to be paying taxes and if you're not going to be working a 9 to 5, then what are you good for?
Right. Yeah, we're just the cattle for the powers that be, right? Like,
and I don't even know about energy harvesting, but I mean,
yeah, it's called loosh.
I've never heard of loosh, but I know that for a fact, like, even in my personal experiences, I've had people, it feels like they're vampires and they sucking energy out of me.
And you're just like, oh, I have to be around this person.
Yeah, I'm like draining.
Yeah.
And I've also feel like I've sucked energy out of people sometimes.
Sure.
Or
okay,
I feel, you know, when I go to these like music gathering, music festival things, and the collective consciousness is really strong, I feel a higher vibration. You know, so I can sometimes feel these things without consciously knowing what I'm feeling.
Right.
But I can only imagine someone who has studied this stuff and they have techniques.
Right.
And they say, if you want to suck someone's energy, here's how you do it.
Yeah.
Right. And especially
there's people out there.
Yeah. And if their great-grandfather and their great-grandfather knew about it, you know, it's like,
right.
The information, the knowledge has traveled down the lineage. It's like, you know,
yeah, no,
here's a bunch of people. We got 8 billion people.
What can you do with it?
Go for it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like understandable.
Yeah.
At a certain level, like if you were taught as a little kid to like do these things, like, why wouldn't you do it? I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's like based on how your whole experience of life is like based on your environment and your experiences, like, you know things because of what you've seen and done. And everything contributes. But yeah, if you're, what I'd say is like, however dark the dark is like, however light the light is. So you can have the most blinding, pure white light, but you can also have the darkest, pure black. Right? So there's, two sides of a spectrum. But we just got to be...
Your perspective is your reality.
Yeah. We got to do our part to be on the right side of that.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I love being here and like getting positive vibes and like getting to just spit out some stuff.
Yeah, man.
Hey, we're just having a conversation.
Yeah, really.
And we happen to be recording.
Yeah.
Like how we even started this whole like document everything media thing. Not how we started, but one of the sayings that we ran with at the very beginning, we're still at the beginning, but like the very beginning was moments are going to happen whether we record them or not.
Right.
So, I mean, we might as well record them.
Yeah.
We might as well document what's already going to happen.
Yeah.
because
That's where some of the best shit comes up.
yeah, we'd be having the sickest conversations. And we'd be like, dang, we should have recorded that.
Yeah.
So now we just record everything.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun.
No, it's pretty sick. Like, it's pretty cool thing. It's fun.
Yeah, man. And it's not as intimidating as you think. I don't know how you felt, but when we started, I at least felt like nervous to be on camera and lights. But once you start going, for me, it feels like I get even more clear on what I'm saying for some reason.
Yeah,
I just stop myself from overthinking less.
I get more engaged.
Yeah, more engaged.
as well. Like, I don't know, because maybe underlying, I don't want to look like an idiot on camera, but also
Respect the person.
like, maybe if we would have hung out, like, oh, let's go to lunch or something, like 45-minute hangout, your conversation kind of dies, and it's like, all right, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But this, we've been talking for over an hour and 20 minutes, and we're like, well, let's take a piss and let's keep this thing rolling.
You're right. Yeah, being present. I noticed you guys are both good at that. Like, it's a good thing for, especially for this. It's like you can be present and engaging. Like, it's a skill that a lot of people don't have, especially with social media today. You know, everyone's got these goldfish attention span.
Yeah, dude, I'm reading this awesome book on that. You gotta check this thing out, dude.
I'm down.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
How to stand out in a 3-second world.
That's thick.
Yeah.
Really right when I'm saying that 3-second worlds.
It's a great book if you're into marketing, digital advertising, content creation. I mean, it even goes into like speaking with people or negotiating. You know, if you make certain claims at the beginning and then explain your claims later, people will be more attentive to what you're saying rather than like trying to build up to this grand punchline.
Man.
It's like punchline first, explanation second,
kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot, but
I'm sure there's a lot.
let's see.
200-page book.
There's
You gotta get the audio book.
there's some crazy facts in here about how many ads we see every day.
Yeah, one of the chapters is like 600 million messages
So
or something.
it says here in 1970, 500 ads were seen by the average American per day. And then it has like a little one, and then it goes into the study that actually led to them to that quote. And then
The footnote.
yeah, the footnote. That's what it's called. I went to college for film and media. Okay.
I know. I know what you're doing in college.
Today, it's between 4,000 and 10,000 ads per day.
Damn.
Wow. Average American is looking at
That is a nuking. That is like 1,000x.
ads. That's just advertisements.
Yeah.
It's not even messages.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's the game.
That's the world we live in, huh?
It's the game. We gotta play it.
It's everywhere, dude. Look, I'm like, I like your ads. Bob Marley.
911.
Love.
Oh yeah, like that. So,
Well, there it is.
Yeah. All right, boys. Let's take a piss.
we'll set fire here. Thanks for watching today's show. We got Jeff here. That's great.
Yeah, we just scratched the surface.
Yeah, I know that could have gone 3 hours.
Things there, just kind of pitched a little couple scratches.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Cool. Pleasure.
Right on.
Time to get faded.
I would have to say, dude, yes, dude. Thank you guys for being so just open.